Hi guys, Blueseer here. Today we're going to be finishing out the route that we have for rods. I will be stepping away because I still have to finish making dinner. I'm making like the last bit of it, and if my help is needed in assembling a piece of furniture, because for some reason I can read instructions better and figure it out. Whereas my poor family, unfortunately, is not that efficient, I guess. I don't know, gang. I can understand building instructions when given to me, I guess. But, yeah, I may have to step away a couple of times during this stream. Because I didn't know this was happening tonight, but it is. Today is the first time I'm leaving the palace on a day off. Usually I choose to stay inside, whereas the other students always leave to go home. I never see any reason to leave since this has always been my home. And the Marchand has never been home, besides it is not as if I want her, not after that conversation we all shared last time. Thus I spent most of my days asking questions about Mother's ring, inquiring when and where I can. The opinions do not surprise me. I was so scared of her. One move and she'd have you thrown in prison. Townsfolk would always wait for her to pass by before leaving their houses. She was a tyrant. The kingdom is a better place now that she's gone. There's no reason for them to lie to me. The more I hear, the more my old life makes sense to me. I now know why the king never seemed to love Mother and why the people hated her. And the reason people looked at me with such fear. However, it's been months since I've been glared at in public. There's one good thing this curse did for me, is allowed me to travel around town without being noticed. As Victoria's shop comes into view, my thoughts shift to the reason I have left the palace in the first place. If Raoul not told me, I think I'll have to ask Victoria. She must be related in some way to his curse. Past outside the door of the toy shop. With a deep breath, I push the door open. Welcome! The moment she sees me, her expression becomes confused. Oh, you're the princess's maid, Blue, wasn't it? I nod at her. You've never come in here alone before. What can I help you with? I wanted to ask you something. It's about Prince Rod. Prince Rod? Did something happen to him? Is he okay? He's fine. She sighs with relief. Then what is it you would like to ask? I just want to know if you knew anything about Prince Rod's sudden muteness. Victoria stares at me for a few months before she shakes her head. I only know that it happened soon after I met my fiancé, Decimond. What reason do you have for asking? Well, I try to think of a plausible explanation for this, and I immediately consider Magdalene. Victoria is Magdalene's best friend. Surely she'd be willing to help if she knew I was doing this for Magdalene. Prince Rod's been very quiet recently. Princess Magdalene's worried sick about him, but he refused to say anything, even to her. I've been trying to gather information that might be helpful in discerning the cause. I stare at her expectantly, hoping that my gaze holds nothing but determination. Finally, Victoria smiles. She's lucky to have a dedicated friend like you. I'm still not accustomed to the fact that Magdalene considers me a friend. Before she became the princess, I was at first confident. We were like sisters. Now that she's living in the castle, we no longer have the luxury of spending so much time together. I worry about her constantly. Even around me, I'm always trying to keep her problems to herself at first. She doesn't like to bother other people with them. It's hard not to agree. With that way, Magdalene was always smiling before. I never would have thought she had any problems in her life. It was only recently that I discovered she was hiding all her loneliness and pain behind a smile. It's believed that she befriended someone who cares so much about her. I don't know if I can be much help, but I'll tell you what I know if it will help Magdalene. Okay, be right back. I'm gonna go check because I'm hearing. needed some help with the bed. To start with, I'm not exactly sure how everything changed, but it all happened so suddenly. All I know is that after the night I met Desmond, our relationship changed. At first he still smiled, but recently he's been avoiding me. What happened between the two of you the night you met your fiancé? Nothing. Rod and I did not meet on that day. Prince Rod wasn't there. No, but soon after what happened that night, Rod grew distant. What happened? It was a stormy night. I was heading back home. I took the route by the riverbank because it was the shortest route. It was foolish of me. The road was slippery and full of mud. I lost my footing and fell into the water. The waves were strong and I was certain I was going to drown. I don't remember what happened in the darkness of that water. When I then woke up, my head was in Desmond's lap. It was the first time we met, but not the last. He carried me home and he came by every day as I was recovering. And then he came to visit me even after I had recovered. I tried not to get my hopes up too much because what could this nobleman see in me? A mere commoner. But I still ended up falling in love with him. Oh, okay. I'm just making sure I didn't double click because I have a cat rubbing on my hand currently. Hi, Hesta. Hi, Aries. Hi, babies. Hi. Hi, kitty cats. Hi, kitty cats. Hi. You have no idea how happy I was when he said he loved me too. It was a dream come true. Of course, every girl's dream of marrying a prince. Hesta! She started pressing buttons. Of course, every girl dreams of marrying a prince. It was in all of the fairy tales I read as a child. None of that was at all related to Rod. How's this relate to his curse? He said that your relationship with Prince Rod changed after the night. What happened? Victoria sighs. I told Em and Rod about Desmond soon after the incident. I was happy the two of us fell in love, but Rod didn't say much of anything. That's when I noticed he started growing distant, and when I realized I'd also lost his voice. He still wouldn't tell me anything, but I figured that he was. Her voice fades, but I know that she was referring to the curse. So Rod lost his voice shortly after Victoria met Desmond. Mary's curse must have something to do with the tale. Hessa, what are you doing? No mermaid traded her voice for Lake so she could be with her prince. That night, the only person who found her Prince Charming was Victoria. Rod's curse had something to do with Desmond and Victoria. He became distant with her after finding out about Desmond. Why? And there was the fact that he still spoke to Victoria, even if he was distant. It was only when we found out about their wedding that he became so cold. I frowned as I tried to organize my thoughts. Desmond's the witch that cursed them. Maybe. How'd he get to be this late? I'm so sorry, Blue, but I have to close the shop now. Sorry for the story. I know it has nothing to do with Rod, but it was after that incident he began to act strangely. I don't think I was much help, but I shake my head. You've told me what you could. Victoria walks me to the door, opening it so the both of us can step out onto the street together. I really hope that you're able to help in Evangeline and Rod. I hope so too. Did you see the Ophelia the other day? I catch sight two noblewomen sitting in a bed together not too far away from the toy shop. They were referring to Ophelia without her title. How disrespectful. Who would have thought that a peasant like her could almost look like royalty? But her dress. As the queen, she ought to be wearing silks rather than satin. I do not why, but I bristle at their comments. I would just tout their opinion. The fact that they are speaking so bluntly in public means they have little worry of being overheard. I'm still not sure what the king saw in her. Well, you know what they say about ladies liking natural beauty. Her talents must lie in other, more persuasive areas. She must be very persuasive indeed if the king saw it worthwhile to marry her. The two women laughed because something hot began to burn in my stomach. Victoria takes in a sharp breath beside me. Since I became a maid in the palace, Ophelia has been nothing but kind to me, a mere servant. She has all the right to flaunt her status in hell, yet she remains humble. I now know that this is why everyone at the palace loves her. Common woman like her can only keep a man's attention for so long. I start walking towards them without thinking. Blue, I wouldn't. You have no right to say those things about the queen. The two women are clearly surprised at my interruption. Both of them glare at me. And you have no right to eavesdrop on us. Eavesdropping, anyone could have heard you. Their mouths fall open when the woman looks at me for a long time and sneers suddenly as something has occurred to her. I thought you looked familiar. You're the crown prince's personal maid. I see you always following her around when she's in town. This is none of your business, girl. Why do you care so much for our opinions? Perhaps it's because because a girl idolizes the queen, thinks she might also go from rags to riches. What? Oh, you do have a point. They stand advanced towards me. Do you want the prince for yourself, girl? If a commoner can become a queen, it's not difficult to imagine yourself as a princess, is it? How foolish. You're better off dreaming smaller dreams, girl. They laugh and the irritation in my chest blazes into full-on anger. Can you guys not fight while I'm playing? Is this what Ophelia's been dealing with for the past year? She's being treated so poorly and she's done nothing but love the king. Can y'all? My cats are fighting on the desk while I'm trying to sit there and read. Break it up. Break it up, you two. Break it up. Break it up. Break it up. Come on. Stop it. Do I have to start tossing cats out? There, have an open window. I'm going to freeze slowly to death because it's snowing out. But if it can stop them from tearing each other apart and distract them with an open window, then that's fine by me. And I also ridiculed her just like this. I forced myself to look at the cruel woman as I moved my hand to the pendant hanging around my neck. I was just as cruel as them. I barely feel Victoria's hand. She rested against my shoulder. Please let it go. Her Majesty won't want you to do this. But I cannot just let these two on top of Ophelia like this. I pull away from Victoria and stand firm. The queen has a good heart. She's far more noble than either of you could ever hope to be. Can you stop smacking? Ares is like aggressively smacking everything with his tail if he can. And think back on the times I was cruel to her. Ophelia could have easily reprimanded me for my behavior. She had that right as my stepmother, yet she has been nothing but kind to me. Ophelia never got angry at me, even despite my treatment towards her and her family. She's always treated others with kindness, even when they are cruel to her. Judging from the bitterness in your accusations, it seems like you're jealous of her. How pathetic. The other woman marches towards me, and free hand instinctively moves to hold her hand just before her palm reaches my cheek. I will not tolerate any insults towards the queen. The soft light emanates from the pendant, and I could only stare at it in shock. I got another good deed by defending Ophelia. The woman snatches her hand away. How dare a peasant like you talk that way to us? Have you no manners? I could ask you the same. What happened to yours? How dare you? Don't you know who we are, girl? I will see you pay for your impertinence. Our words have far more weight than yours ever will. I'll go to the king myself, tell him about how rude you were. I could pass that message on myself. I turn to see Rod walking towards us, expression called the two noble and hastily curtsy. Your Highness. No wonder her pale as Rod's eyes fall on them. Actually, we have an important dinner engagement. Yes, we do. The two noble and curtsy before quickly departing. What are you doing here without your cards, you? What trouble have you gotten yourself into now? We'll tell him. Those women were insulting the queen. I thought lecture was in order. Oh, but everyone is entitled to their own opinion. What? I narrow my eyes at him. Something like this can't be helped. Bad rumors are unavoidable. Rod looks away, expression suddenly pain. This wouldn't have happened if I hadn't wished for. Rod never finishes the sentence. He clears his throat before looking at us again. What was he going to say? We should keep you from returning home, Victoria. I'll take Blue back to the palace. Victoria's eyes narrow and she looks ready to say something, but Rod has already reached out for my hand and pulled me along behind him. So he wished for everyone else's happiness, giving up at something himself. My eyes narrow as I recognize the path we are on. This is not the way back to the palace. No, it isn't. We're going to the march-in. Why? Because I was on my way there before I was forced to take a detour because someone was drawing attention to herself. Hi, Ares. What? Rod ignores me as we walk the rest of the way to the march-in in silence. Hi. I'm gonna give us Kitty ASMR. He's rubbing all over the mic right now. He's bent the mic so out of place. Is it nap time? Is it nap time? Nap time? Nap time? Huh? Huh? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna go check on dinner real quick.
Ko-fi stream bot said. Visit blue_sears ko-fi page at https://ko-fi.com/blueser?ref=twitch.
So I went to help out, I went to finish and then got roped into helping out with the bed a little bit more, so we're gonna continue and I might get yanked away again though. Waltz is the only person in the reception room when we enter. Prince Rod, Princess, it's a little late for the two of you to be here. I meant to be here earlier. Is Lady Parfait here? Waltz nods. I'll go get her. Wait here. As soon as Waltz leaves alone, Rod turns to me, expression rigid. Rod steps closer and grabs my shoulders. I wasn't able to say so earlier because we were out in public, but you should know just how much danger you are now, and yet you thought it was okay to go around on your own. It was my day off today. It is not unreasonable for me to want time for myself. Time for yourself. Time to yourself. Did you understand the meaning of be careful? Why would you do something as foolish as going out in town alone? Couldn't help but bristle at his tone. Why are you so angry? Because you're... Rod trails off and looks away. Because you're family. So you're finally acknowledging me as family. I noticed his cheeks turning red. To be honest, you're less of a family and more just... important. Important? Because of all that you do for Evangeline. You're important to my sister. He looks uncomfortable while he says the words, and I can't help but marvel at his embarrassment. Why is he so embarrassed? Rod changes the topic. But Rod changes the topic as he turns away from me. Why were you with Victoria? I can only think of one reason you'd speak to her. My curse. You thought you'd find out about my curse through her. I shrug. I can only assume that your curse has something to do with Victoria. I look up when Rod says something, then stare at the curious sight before me. He's taking Sebby off his shoulders, holding doll in his hands, away from his face. Two seem engaged in some silent conversation, then gently, simply speaks words I can hear. This is the right thing to do. You need to let her help you, Rod. Rod bites down his lower lip before briefly closing his eyes. Eventually he returns Sebby to his usual spot on his shoulder and returns to me. Fine, you're stubborn. You're not going to quit investigating unless I tell you, are you? You're right. Victoria is the reason I was cursed. Rod sits down on the set as he lets out a heavy sigh. His eyes are far away as he speaks to me. I was in love with Victoria, but I wasn't brave enough to tell her. I just followed her around like some kind of puppy. One day, Victoria hadn't come home, and it was raining very heavily, so I went out to look for her. Found her walking along the bank of the river. Called out to her to tell her to be careful, but I don't think she ever heard me. She slipped in. Rod saw as he clutches one of his hands into a fist. She fell into the river. I dived in after her, but somehow managed to get both of us onto the river. It didn't look like Victoria was breathing. I didn't know what to do. I started panicking. I ran out to try and find help, but I couldn't find anyone in the storm. When I returned, she was gone. I rushed to her house, and the doctor was already there attending to her along with Decimon. Rod's gaze is vacant as he nods. When Victoria began to fall in love with Decimon, I felt helpless. Did you not tell her that you were the one that saved her? Why would I? Victoria was so happy believing that she and Decimon were fated to be together. I couldn't do that to her. But surely if you told her... Rod interrupts me. I want the people I love to be happy. I don't care if their happiness causes me pain. I'd rather bear that alone instead of bringing down those around me. My chest aches as I watch Rod's face. I never would have guessed Rod would be so selfless. That didn't stop me from thinking I could still make her love me instead. As I had become what I thought Victoria wanted most, Prince Charming of the fairy tales she so adored. So I asked her which term you more. She stole my voice in exchange. Only then did I realize that she inflicted the fatal curse upon me, the mermaid's curse. Next day the king turned up at our house, learning that he'd been looking for my mother for years and that I'd never stopped looking her. When the king married my mother, I became a prince. It was just as the witch promised. But it didn't matter. I didn't see it when I made the deal with the witch, but I couldn't be blind to it forever. Desmond and Victoria really do love each other. They make each other happy, and nothing I can do will ever change that. Rod, Prince Rod. Oh. Parfait pauses in her tracks when she sees me. Have I interrupted something? No. Rob moves over to Parfait, but he stops to glance back at me. I won't be long. Parfait looks at Rod, then at me, her face puzzled, but she does not say a word to Rod as Rod and her leave the room. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna take a bite of my food for real fast. Oh, that's some good food that I made. I made rice, meat, and veggies, and it's great. It tastes so good. I did not get the chance to discuss Rod's curse with them later that night, nor did I get the chance to speak with Parfait and Delura about my suspicions of Sir Alcaster. Days go by, but I still find myself overwhelmed by preparation for the ball. Things become more frantic every day, making it difficult for me to have any time to speak with anyone. Eventually, I decide to write a letter containing my suspicions of Sir Alcaster. I tell Parfait and Delura that I believe he might be the witch they are looking for. I also add that I believe Fritz might be somehow involved. Though my suspicions are not as well founded with him. To make matters worse, he went and disappeared. I have not heard anyone mention his name here for a very long time. I am forcibly pulled from my thoughts when I collide with someone. The lens I have been holding scatter over the floor. Excuse me, I did not. I look up, my voice trails off when I see who I bumped into. Lost in your thoughts. Sir Mithras looks at me, something veiled in his smiling eyes. I suppose those are the linens the queen asked for. Yes, please excuse me. I begin gathering up the linens, but just as I reach out for one, Sir Mithras picks it up first. Allow me to help you. I will be fine. This is partially my fault. Let me assist you. I bite my lip and do not protest as Sir Mithras helps me gather the rest of the linens. I am contemplating my schedule for the rest of the day when I realize that Sir Mithras has been hawking. I don't suppose you have any idea who the maid is. Maid? There's cold amusement in Sir Mithras' gaze. Surely you heard the rumor of the young prince having been seen with a royal maid somewhere around town? Rumors has it the Prince Rod has found love among the common folk, much like his royal stepfather has. Rod with a maid. As far as I'm aware, the only maid that's been out in town with has been... I freeze as Sir Mithras straightens, patting down his clothes for dust before holding out some of the linens to me. If it is true, I wish him the best, though I wish he would be more discreet about it. Royal scandal is the last thing we need right now. I shakily take the linens from Sir Mithras and inclines his head towards me. Have a good day, Blue. I walk to the dining hall in a haze, my mind whirling with the implications of what Sir Mithras had just said. I'm sure it was those noblemen who'd spread this rumor. Ah, Blue, thank you for bringing these to me. Just leave them on the table. I curtsy after placing linens down as commanded. If that is all... Blue. I straighten the tone of Ophelia's voice. When I look up, I see that her expression is carefully still. I am to ask you about something you might not want to answer. Very much hope you will. I will answer if I can. Good. Ophelia sighs as she sits down on one of the dining table chairs and folds her hands on her lap. I've been trying to ignore it since the palace gossip is mostly false, but I can't help my curiosity. I want to ask you about your relationship with my son. What? Oh. I understand you and Rob were out together in town a few days ago. Do you want to tell me about what happened? Alright, we're gonna explain the situation. Theo was asking me about these rumors that I can only imagine what sorts of story those women made up. Prince Rob was just on his way somewhere when he chanced upon me. When he saw I was in trouble with two noblewomen, he stopped to intervene, that is all. Rod said the same thing. Then why did you ask me, Your Majesty? To see what you thought about the situation. I don't think anyone should get a say in what your relationship with Rod is. My relationship with Rod? I like you, Blue. I'm certain that you're good for Rod. If I had my way, I would let him court you. I feel heat in my cheeks as I trip over my words. The Prince and I are not in a relationship. A member of the royal family cannot end up with a servant. Where there's love, there's hope. Social status shouldn't stop you from being happy, Blue. Then what about the fact that I'm Rod's stepsister? I bite down on the statement fiercely. Yeah, what about the fact that I'm the stepsister, gang? I bite down on that statement fiercely. I already know what role I am playing here and I cannot break it. Ophelia looks at me with a complicated expression before she sighs. I will not push you on this any further. But be careful, Blue. Your closeness with my son and daughter has not gone unnoticed. I do not believe in limiting relationships because of one's status, but I understand. I curtsy as I move towards the dining hall's entrance. What did Ophelia mean by that closeness not going unnoticed? Later that day, I'm waiting outside the throne room for Evangeline to finish one of her classes. Two maids walk towards me and stop in front of me. Blue, isn't it? What is it? I've already finished all my tasks for the day. I'm sure you have. Probably rushed through all of them so that you could hang around the prince and princess tonight. The head housekeeper's been giving you a lighter load so you can afford time to play around, I blink at them, confused. I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't play dumb. All the servants know what you've been doing. Just because you're Princess Magdalen's first mate doesn't make you better than the rest of us. I'll be careful not to get too big for your boots, Boo. Are you threatening me? What if we are? Then I'd be very disappointed in you. Sorry. When it says voice, I just go neutral and it's just like, wait, character. Then I'd be very disappointed in you. Princess Evangeline. And Evangeline moves to stand beside me, a disapproving expression on her face. I did not expect such petty cruelty from the two of you. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Your Highness. You really do have a talent for getting yourself into trouble. Rod. Bob pauses briefly, his eyes meeting mine for a second before he looks at the maids. Don't you have better things to do than bully my sister's maid? We apologize, Your Highness. We'll be on our way. Two maids run off. Evangeline turns to look at me. Are you okay? I'm about to answer when I notice that Rod is abruptly walking away from us, a frown on his back. He only just started being nice to me, and now he's back to acting as if I do not exist. What did I do? Evangeline puts her hands on my back and gently pushes me forward. You want to ask him something, right? I can see it in your eyes. Evangeline smiles as she pushes the door to the throne room open. I have a few more questions to ask my teacher. I'll be a while. But she disappears in the throne before I can finish. I glance down the hallway. Rod just disappeared down in the back of the throne room. My thoughts whirl together in a vague mess until I make my decision. Wait! At the sound of my approaching footsteps, Rod turns to look at me. He scowls but doesn't say anything. I'm not going to tell him off for his behavior. I feel abruptly tongue-tied when we come face to face with him. It's likely that my telling him off will result in some sort of altercation that will not be good. What? I have better things to do than be gaped at. Rod turns away from me. I'm left to stare dumbly after him. What is wrong with him? Normally he's not so afraid to speak his mind. I frown and feel dull aches throbbing somewhere deep in my chest. What is this? Why do I feel sad? Normally Rod's distance doesn't make me feel like this. And yet now, I'm really so sad he does not want to speak to me. I shake my head, take a deep breath to still my mind. It's better not to think about it. Oh, that might have been a wrong choice.
Kofi Streambot said. Visit blue_sears KO5 page at https://ko-fi.com/blueser?Twitch.
guess my mic got fiddled with while I was. But, my mom needed some more help with the bed. I'm sorry, it's been missing you getting up and leaving the stream and then coming back and then leaving the stream again. But anyway. It's better not to think about it. Stay at the bottom, waiting for Magic to finish her last dance. Rehearsal lesson. The lesson was over an hour ago. The Magic remains her kitties, practicing the steps. When I'm prepared with lots of broad skirts. I believe that while I traded his voice for titles, the reason the king was able to find her was because of that. It's a little difficult to wrap my head around the implications, but one thing bothers me. Bob told me that why he has surprised, but he gave no explanation as to how to break it. Let it go from the original fairy tale. Magic finished us the last of her routine before walking away. Yeah, I think that's what I was hoping for. Thank you, Kate. Magic must have my curiosity, but she stops looking like this again. Is there something the matter? I read a little bit of the fairy tale, but never finished. Can you tell me the whole story of what happened? Magic to sit on one of the chairs, boarding himself and gestures from the table on the opposite of her. Telling a fairy tale is always a good way to wind down. Once upon a time, there was a mermaid that fell in love with the handsome prince. One day, when she swam to the surface of the ocean again, she saw the prince was celebrating his birthday on board the ship with him. Though when there was captivated by the king, how did he stay to watch? My ears. Suddenly, a violent storm hit, and the prince was thrown from the ship into the ocean. Glenn saved the prince and took him safe to shore, but she could not stay long. She had to return to the ocean, leave him on land. This is a minute for Victoria's rescue. The little mermaid was so in love with the prince that she wanted to see how much he offered to trade her a plushie that would turn her mermaid tail into legs. They struck a deal. The mermaid would sacrifice her beautiful voice for legs so that she could live with the prince on land. So Brodsky is to trade his voice for the prince. However, the sea witch gave the little mermaid a warning. She said if she wasn't able to make the prince fall in love with her, there would be consequences. Yes, namely, the prince fell in love and married someone else. The mermaid's heart would break and she would dissolve in a sea foam. I cannot help but recoil. My expression must betray my heart because Magic quickly shakes her head. There's no need to be worried. Rabbit said those ghosts is different from the fairy tale. And you believe him. Aries? Aries. Aries. He's pressing buttons and trying to break my game. He's pressing... Aries. Okay, come on. You're being evicted. she puts down
Hi
the
underscore
glass
levels
of
lingus
water.
K9.
Hi.
Welcome to my channel.
Welcome. We are playing Rod's Route for either the good or bad end. We're gonna see at the very end. The fairy tale cross Howard's was the original fairy tale, right? Besides, it's not as if Rod tried his voice while it's in. Never heard of a cursed person that dies because it cannot break their curse. That may be true, but Mansion does not know what Rod tried his voice for. Just to know that he did it to become friends for Victoria. Rod was already hiding things from her. It's possible that Rod would die the day Victoria marries Desmond. Later that day, I find Rod in the dining hall. He appears to be inspecting the seating arrangements for the night's banquet. He glances up briefly to look at me before returning his attention to the place cards with the guest's name on them. What is it? I've been looking for you all morning. I'm distracted from what I'm about to say when I notice Rod switching the position of 2 place cards. I finally catch the name on one of them. He's moving Victoria's place at the table. He's trying to make sure she sits as far away from him as possible. Surely a better thing to do than staying here. What happens if you cannot break a curse? Rod's movements stutter before he shakes his head sharply. That is something you do not need to know. Bleed. Something aches deep in my chest at Rod's coldness. Please. Rod's startle is so strong that he almost drops the place card he's holding. Please tell me. We've been partners for months now, but I've barely... Yes, I know this is an unusual partnership, and most of our helping each other has been subtle, but I'm only one good deed away from breaking my curse, while I used to be no closer to breaking your curse than when we started. I'll do whatever I can to help you with your curse, Rod. Please, let me help you. Silence falls. Moments later, Rod sighs and looks away from me. Some unspeakably sad emotion shines through his eyes. If I wanted your help, Lee, there's nothing you can do. Dread settles in the pit of my stomach at Rod's words. Could I be right? Rod actually died but does not manage to break his curse. Imagine told me the story of the little mermaid. She said the mermaid dies and the prince marries someone else. Rod, when Victoria marries Desmond, will you? My voice trails off when I hear the sound of a door behind us. Is it Ophelia or the king? Rod rushes forward and grabs me before I can glance back at the door. Ow! I become aware of weight holding me down to the floor. The impact of the ground against my head blurs my vision, making it impossible to see what is happening at first. Am I underneath the dining table? I struggle to try and sit up, but the weight pushes down on me again, forcing me to be still. Quiet. Rod, why do you push me underneath the table? I'm about to ask him aloud, but the sound of footsteps silences me. I cannot help but remember what Smith was saying about rumors. Rod and I were seen too. If Rod and I were seen alone together by the servants, the rumors from down would get worse. Why is Rod doing this? I stay quiet as the people that enter a dining hall begin to talk. How strange for this place to be empty at this time of day. There's a pause and another voice speaks up. You better have good news for me, Mithros. So it's Sir Alcaster and him. Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros. Rod's hands tighten on my shoulders. Everything as you requested, Sir Alcaster. There should be no issues. There better not be. You've disappointed me before, Mithros. I'd be careful not to try my patience again. Yes, Sir Alcaster. Sir Mithros sounds oddly subservient. For why, the two of them both ranked equally, neither of them should have to answer to anyone other than the king. Unless Sir Alcaster truly is the witch who is forcing Sir Mithros to obey him with a spell. Wait a few minutes after I leave. We should not be seen together. I do not hear Sir Mithros respond, I can hear Sir Alcaster leaving the room. Sir Mithros sighs out, but is otherwise silent when he leaves the room after a few moments. I exhale fully as the door finally closes behind Sir Mithros. This is bad. I was so engrossed in Sir Alcaster Sir Mithros' conversation that I only just now realized that Rod was hovering over me. Hey, are you alright? Are you hurt? You look a little... Rod suddenly pauses to notice our positions. He stares at me for a few moments, eyes wide. He scrambles up from underneath the dining table, and by the time I do the same, he's staying far away from me, his gaze fixed on the wall. He's bright red. It would be funny if I weren't sure I was the same color. Rod clears his throat. It seems that Sir Alcaster really is the witch if he has the ability to make Sir Mithros obey him. Lady Parfait should be told immediately. Rod turns on his heel, slowly the dining room. Rod, wait. What? This is Urcha's princess. I can't just... If Victoria marries Desmond, will you die? Rob pauses for a moment, but I can tell from his pained expression that he will not speak. You're running out of time, Rob. My eyes flit between Subby and Rod. What does that mean? Nothing. He turns away from me once again and starts walking away. Rod. There must be something in my voice that makes Rod stop because he turns to look at me. Please stop running away from this. What would knowing the answer achieve? Through Rod's words are harsh, his tone is soft. There's nothing anyone can do. Leave it alone, Blue. It's for the best. I cannot help but get mad at Rod's dismissive tone. I move towards him, frowning. How can you say something like that? You're not the only person that'll be affected if you keep refusing to do anything to break your curse. Can you imagine what your death would do to your sister? To your mother? Losing you would destroy them. Rod's face is only inches away from mine. He put his hands to the wall behind me, caging me in. His face is flushed with anger, but the look in his eyes is tormented. My family has been dealing with consequences of my actions for the majority of my life. Don't think that I don't know what effects my curse has on the people closest to me. Besides, I don't want to involve you in this too. His voice is but a whisper, I can still hear his words. Rod. Rod pushes away from me and stalks off as I stare after him. He says that, but he does nothing to try and break his curse. I do not understand at all. What is stopping him? Rod is absent from the palace for the rest of the day and returns only once the sun is set to prepare for the ball. I have not been able to talk to him since, but I assume that he has been to the market and tell Delora and Parfait about our suspicions of Sir Alcaster being a witch. I hope they come up with an effective plan for dealing with him. The palace is not safe so long as he is here. The ball is just about to start that evening. I have been asked to make sure that none of the guests are lost and wandering in the hallways. I have been walking around for a while, directing any late guests in the right direction. That should be everyone. But as I turn the corner, I notice two people lingering by a column. Excuse me, the throne room is... I pause when I look more closely at the two men in front of me. I recognize one of them instantly. What is Sir Alcaster doing outside the throne room? And who's that man he's with? Ah, Blue. Sir Alcaster gestures me towards him and I approach warily. This is Varg. He is one of the guests for the ball. Varg sweeps aside his cape as he bows and curtsying dip my head to hide my expression. I have not heard of a Varg. Why would he be bound to a mere maid? Also, why is he wearing such elaborate costume and mask? This is not a masquerade ball. If Varg is acquaintance with Sir Alcaster, there's no telling what or who he truly is. Varg is one of the suitors for Prince Magdalene. Would you please escort him to the throne room? I'll be along shortly. Varg's politeness is even more suspicious. Of course. Sir Alcaster. I meet Varg's gaze briefly cut out, but frown at the way he is smirking at me. This way. Varg and I make our way towards the throne room. I cannot help but feel wary of the fact that he is following behind me where I cannot see him. If the maids are this lovely, the princess must be truly beautiful. Varg laughs and I grit my teeth at the sound. What? It was meant as a compliment. There's no need to look at me like that. Varg looks at me curiously. Our maid's not allowed to speak in this place. Our maid's not allowed to speak in this place. Ooh. I have nothing to say. Not the most cheerful person on staff, are you? Thankfully, the doors to the throne room appear as soon as we turn a corner, and I do not have to come up with a response to his words. Ooh. I can't. I'm losing the English ability. We are here. I gesture towards the throne room and move to leave, but Varg's voice stops me. Ugh. You should at the very least escort me inside and introduce me to the princess, don't you think? Isn't that what a maid should do? Technically, that is the announcer's job. Varg came so late, he probably already missed the introductions. I wouldn't want to think badly of any of the servants at this palace. I can't. I could swear I can read. I usually can't read. Reading out loud, for some reason, makes me mess up. I take a deep breath to calm myself down before turning towards the doors. Follow me. I could tell the moment I step into the room that the official introductions have already passed. Most of the guests have already begun to mingle and scatter across the throne room as the band sets up. No one notices when I walk to the throne room in front of Varg. I do not trust Varg, not if he's associated with Sir Alcaster. I might have time to warn someone while he's distracted by who. because Rod will keep an eye on with us. My eyes follow Rod. I notice he's leaning against one of the walls away from the crowds. I head directly for him really quickly so Vargas not right behind me. Rod. Rod frowns at me as I come to stand in front of him. What? There's a man here called Varg. I think Sir Alcaster bought him. Sir Alcaster. Apparently Varg is one of the suitors for Magdalen's hand. Rod glances past me at Varg. His eyes narrow. Is that him? Is that Varg? I turn back and follows him inside and was fast in the shop. Varg is back with one of Magdalen's hands. Clearly everyone just pressed a kiss to the back of it. We should have kept him away from M. But Rod and I are not too far away, so we can hear him clearly. But the throne was already hushed to decide the crown princess being so lovely directly addressed. May I have the first dance, Your Highness? I feel sick, but I cannot bring myself to say anything more as Magdalene puts her hand in Varg's. Accept, Lord Varg. Mom Magdalene makes her way to the center of the dance floor. A man signals the band and musicians start playing. This feels wrong. I nod as I watch Varg pull Magdalene closer. At first this is just he and Magdalene dancing, but the others couples gradually trickle in and join them. I am gonna get the bad end for this. I can already feel it in my heart. I should have sat there and warned him, but I didn't even think about it. I do not like this at all. Rod and I watch aside as the first dance continues on. I know for a fact that Mom must see the dreamy smile on Magdalene's faces. Certainly as I can. When the music stops, both of us move as one towards Magdalene. Even though the dance is over and Varg has released her, they still stand close together and slowly leave the room. Silence is interrupted when the double doors open and Sir Alcaster along with two knights stop in the center of the room, where Magdalene and Varg stand. The arrival causes an uneasy stir in the crowds. The king rises from his throne, eyebrows drawn. Alcaster, is there some kind of disturbance? Alcaster says nothing as the knights stationed around the room approach Magdalene and Varg and stand around them, encircling them. And Magdalene's expression shifts from confusion to fear. The crowd becomes even more anxious. Alcaster, explain this. Alcaster briefly glances at him but says nothing. He turns back to his knights and snaps his finger. The knights pull out their swords and point them at Magdalene. Reach out to grab Rod's hand before he can make his way towards her. Rod, it is too dangerous. I know, but thoughtless actions have the potential to put Magdalene in even more danger. Rod's only response is to tighten his grip on my hand. I place my other hand over his to reassure him. Slowly but surely his grip begins to loosen. I turn my gaze back to the king. Alcaster, stop this immediately. What do you think you are doing? Something I should have done a long time ago. I have been nothing but loyal to this kingdom. All I have ever wanted was for Jill to thrive. But ever since the queen died, this kingdom has become weak. It is because you are a weak ruler, Gennaro. What? The people were more productive back then, more disciplined during the late queen's reign. The kingdom has become less productive without fear to drive them. When there is power, there is order. Power is not something that should be needlessly used to control people. It is used to protect them. You, of all people, should know that. Sir Alcaster shakes his head. I, of all people, know that order is what makes a hierarchy stronger. I'm only doing what is necessary. I am reorganizing the system. Hand over the crown, Gennaro. Sir Alcaster turns his head to Varg, who remains standing beside us, scared and Magdalene. You will obey me if you do not want your precious daughter harmed. Please, leave my daughter out of this. Magdalene sits back, her eyes now brimming with tears. Varg, seize the princess. As soon as Sir Alcaster gives the order, Rod immediately lets go of my hand and rushes towards his sister. Rod, no! I quickly follow after him, but Rod suddenly stops in his tracks, a bump abruptly in his back. Rod? Varg! Sir Alcaster's booming voice echoes around the room, which has suddenly gone eerily silent. My eyes move to Varg, but he's standing motionless. What is happening? Finally, Varg smirks. He steps to the side, standing in front of Magdalene to block her from view. Sir Varg. You must be delusional, man. I'm not letting you anywhere near the princess. The knights submit audibly as they rush at Sir Alcaster. In mere moments, he has been disarmed and pinned to the ground. Several more knights have also appeared from behind to surround Sir Alcaster. What? Huh? A man emerges from in between the circle of knights. He moves to stand beside Varg and Magdalene. Mithros! Sir Mithros looks at Sir Alcaster disdainfully. What's the meaning of this, Mithros? We had a deal. Anger is now palpable in Sir Alcaster's flushed face. Did we now? Mithros, explain yourself. Sir Mithros drops one knee in front of the king. Of course, Your Majesty. He raises his head slightly to look up. He raises his head slightly to look at the king. I have known for a long while the man you
Kofi Streambot said. Visit blue_seers KO5 page at https://ko-fi.com/blueser?ref=Twitch.
Thanks, Mark. I have known for a long while that the man you see before you is a traitor. I was even aware of his plans, but I could not tell you of them without any evidence. 2 of your knights had tried to inform me of these plans before, but we all looked down on them with disdain. I had to make sure that I did not come unprepared like they did. Jurian and Garland. What? Both of them knew of Sir Alcaster's plans. Was that the reason why they were dishonorably discharged for false accusations? I knew enough of his plan that I could thwart it. This is why I thought the best way to reveal his dastardly ways was to have a fake alliance with him. Sir Varg and I have been working together to unravel Alcaster's plans, Your Majesty. Varg is an invaluable accomplice. Ugh. Wait, so Sir Mithras is pretending to work with Sir Alcaster this whole time. And so we arrive at the events of tonight. I apologize for undertaking this task without seeking your counsel, Your Majesty, but could think of no better way to end this madness once and for all. You lying snake. Sir Mithras stands and turns to Alcaster. He gestures at him dismissively. Seize him. The knight's next movements are a blur. The men rush Sir Alcaster all at once, and in mere moments Sir Alcaster has been disarmed and is now pinned to the ground. And since Sir Alcaster wished, why is he not using his magic? Because it's not. You already know. Mithras, I'm indebted to you for saving us. This whole kingdom is. I only did what was necessary, Your Majesty. The king glances at the knights, then at Sir Alcaster's gaze steelily. Take him away. Sir Alcaster struggles uselessly against the knights as they drag him away. He's nearly at the door when he starts screaming at the king. Giro, you are a fool. That man is a witch, a snake. You cannot trust him. No, Alcaster. I was wrong to put my trust in you. Even as Sir Alcaster is pulled from the room, we can hear him babbling in the hallways about a witch. Sir Alcaster used any magic escape. Was he truly not a witch? Are you alright, princess? I am pulled from my thoughts when I hear Bard's voice. He's not trying to comfort his shaken imagining. For a few moments, he looks away and his eyes meet mine. He smiles, but it is fleeting, and moments later his touches back on Evangeline. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it is interesting that during the time that I was in a march, supposedly this ball had taken place during this whole thing, so that's probably why Varg could move through freely. It's because he sat there and managed to get a hold of Evangeline at the ball, and then when we invaded was probably after it. But it probably wasn't mentioned in the other ones because it wasn't the main focus of that storyline. Unless the ball doesn't get mentioned in the other ones, then that would be a little weird, especially in Fritz's route. If the ball's not mentioned in Fritz's route while he's a palace guard there, then this is just a completely different storyline on its own. The ball comes to an abrupt end after Alcaster's done. He is thrown into a jail cell and promised a trial after a few days' time where he will be tried for treason against the kingdom. I still can't believe Sir Alcaster would do something like that. And so brazenly too. I can't read to save my life. Please. Please. What happened to Sir Fitzgerald? His vanished completely last night. Do you think he was working with his father? The truth is, I have no idea what to think. I thought I had everything figured out. Now I've been more and more confused by the moment. Fritz was loyal to the father, and then Sir Alcaster was the same way with the king. I have not seen her or Fritz for weeks. Princess Evangeline. Sir Varg! Varg was offered a room at the palace for a few days' visit. He's being treated as Sir Mithra's valued guest. I've heard from the other servants that he's Sir Mithra's relative who lives in a neighboring kingdom. I hope you are feeling well now, Princess. Yes, thank you for your help last night. Is Evangeline blushing? I know I won't be here long, but I do hope to get to know you better during the duration of my stay. I would love that. Then I'm looking forward to spending more time with you. Oh, I forgot that I'm meant to be in my mother's room right now. Blue, Sir Varg, I'll see you both later. I curtsy as Evangeline walks off, leaving me alone with Varg. I can't help but feel uneasy in his presence. Something about him puts me on edge. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Excuse me, I have errands to attend to. Wait. Before you head out, I have something to give you. Give me? Varg reaches one of his pockets and withdraws a letter that he holds out to me. A letter? What is this about? Well, I guess you have to open it and find out, Princess. My blood turns to ice in my veins. He knows I am the princess. That can only mean that he is... I have no idea what you're talking about. Excuse me. I'm about to leave when Varg suddenly grabs my wrist. The play is just about to start, Princess. You have a responsibility as the main character to perform impeccably until the very end. Otherwise, well... He grins at me, his same wolfish smile they flashed at me during the ball. You might miss out on your fairy tale ending. What? Before I can say anything else, I feel a hand grip my other arm. Someone tugs me back and away from Varg, then comes to stand in front of me. Stay away from her. Rod. Varg looks at Rod, then at me, his smile growing more crooked. What an interesting turn of events. I wonder how this will end for the both of you. Tell me, Blue, what is he to you? To me, friend. A friend, you say? Is that what he really is? Yes. Oh, disgruntled look on the Prince Rod's face says otherwise. I wonder why. If you don't cease talking right this instant, I'll have the knights escort you out. Of course. I apologize for my rude behavior, Your Highness. You seem to know a lot about us. Are you I lowered my voice. Are you a witch? You're asking the wrong person, Princess. He knows who you really are. I think you two are worrying too much about me. After all, I'm just a pawn in this game. Varg dips into an elegant pile and flashes one last bow before walking away. Pawn. So he knows willingly that he's working for Sir Mithros here, but he's saying he doesn't have any part in it more than just simply being a pawn. So what? We already know that he wants to sit there and revive the queen from the last couple episodes, but what does he mean by being a pawn? I want to know. I'm so curious. And I'm saving Fred's route for last because I'm pretty sure that will reveal absolutely everything. As I said with Waltz's route, I think it will reveal a lot more too, considering he was a student of Hildegar's and Muse myth originally. I'm like really curious. I'm not even here for the dating. I'm here to learn what is the background of the past between these people. I want to know because there was a great war that happened. As far as we know, that there was a human, and I was I want to know. I want to know. Are you all right? I am. Thank you for helping me. You know, I'd do anything for you. What? Via the Rever says, like, what do you mean? Rod shakes his head before stepping away. Anything. For me. Rod coughs, pulling me from the thought. It's possible that he's a witch, or that he's working with other witches, but you have no evidence to prove it. Until we figure out what's going on, you need to be wary of him. I know. Rod smiles at me gently. Look makes my heart thud once, painfully in my chest. Stop staring at me like that. Rod looks away, his cheeks tinged red. I feel my own cheeks warm at the sight. I'll wasn't staring at all. Both of you are hopeless. Shut up, Seppi. Frog gets in one last look before finally turning it and walking away. I place my hand over my chest, where I can still hear my heart. I can still hear my thudding heartbeat. Ah! I can totally read, guys, 100%. This feeling. If it is what I think it is, they have the right to feel that way about me. He is my stepbrother. Yeah, he is. He is. I shake my head to clear the thought, then glance down at the letter that Varg just delivered to me. There's one sentence written on it. Come to the throne room alone tonight. Aww. And here's the last one, and this is when we figure it out. The wedding! The throne room is empty when I arrive. I can only hope this is not some sort of trap. Soon after I enter, the door squeaks open and a familiar face enters the room. Sir Mithras. Sir Mithras walks towards me. When he's close enough, he drops to one knee and bows. I frown and take a step back from him. Oh, princess, do not be alarmed. I know of your true identity. Sir Mithras flashes me a white smile that causes a shudder to run down my spine. You know who I am. That means you're I take another step back as the blood drains from my face. Sir Mithras' smile only widens at my reaction. I'll say it for you. Yes, I am a witch. If you're a witch, and Sir Alcaster is a mere human. A fool one. And Var? Nothing but my personal envoy. A thought suddenly occurs to me. Sir Alcaster was plotting against the kingdom. Then why did Sir Mithras also punish Fritz somehow? What about Fritz? Was he part of Sir Alcaster's plan? Then to avoid confusion, let us just say the situation surrounding him is too complicated to adequately explain. I command you answer my question, Sir Mithras. Was Fritz a part of this? If it makes you feel any better, he refused to be a part of this. He refused. Does it mean he was not part of the plans? Or just that he was unwillingly forced to participate in them? And certainly Sir Alcaster would not be happy that his own son was disobeying him. He either forced him to help or assign him outside the palace. But if Fritz knew Sir Alcaster's plans, why did he not warn anyone about them? Was he working with Sir Mithras as well? What questions swirl in my head, but none of them have the answers. When this is over, I'll personally ask Fritz about this. Once I can locate him, I shake the thoughts away and bring my attention back to Sir Mithras. Why bother with this reveal? What do you hope to gain from it? Before we start our conversation. Sir Mithras waves his hand, conjuring a faint glow that envelopes the whole room. Just in case someone decides to eavesdrop, I don't want any of your witch friends listening in on us. Yes, I'm aware that one of them has been snooping around the palace these past few months. Your simply has made it more difficult to move around without exposing myself. Sir Mithras clicks his tongue in annoyance. Such a nuisance. He's referring to Laura. She and Parfait warned me before that there was a witch in the palace. Is Sir Mithras truly that witch? I never really trusted him, not even when I was a princess. Now that he has revealed himself as a witch, I need to know what his plans on doing. He knew that I was a princess this entire time, yet you never offered me any assistance. If I had, Alcaster would have targeted you as well. What? Alcaster wanted to dispose of the royal family. If he had known you were the princess, he would have been after you too. It would have been easier with no one remembering you as a princess. But fortunately, Fritz told his father about you, thinking that Alcaster might be able to help and protect you. It did help that Varg confirmed it. Your mother wouldn't have been very happy with me if I put you in harm's way. That's why I had to pretend to not know you in order to protect you. Sir Mithras is silent for a few months before he speaks again. Revealing myself to be a witch was necessary. I had to make myself appear useful to Alcaster somehow, after all. Then, of course, I learned of his foolish plans to steal the crown and decided to thwart them, though not before I stole something from Alcaster first. I played him like the fool that he was. I told him I would aid him with my magic so long as he gave me the knight's protection. Using magic's almost impossible in this place, so having the knights to back me up was crucial. The knights? What does he need the knight's protection for? What are his plans? Sir Mithras starts pacing the room, expression still calm. I I found out that he planned to dispose of me after he attained what he needed, so I disposed of him first. Outcast might have been able to convince most of the knights to aid him by promising promotions, but, well, my magic's far more convincing. Sir Mithras stops in front of me, his deadpan expression transforming into a smile. For now, let us do tests speaking of my plans. The minute Outcaster's plans were thwarted, I knew I had to contact you directly. Happy to see you in the palace, Your Highness. Although, we really need to get you out of those clothes soon. A maid's clothing does not befit a princess like yourself. That does not matter. My party right now is to break my curse. Ah, of course. I must truly have been frightened to feel the need to curse you. I feel a couple of tug in my heart. To think that the Lucy Sparrow would actually allow a witch to curse you. Oh boy. He's a little bit insane. He's a little bit insane. Sir Mithras shakes his head, disgust written on his features. When he suddenly disappeared that day, it was as if all traces of your existence had vanished. I searched for you endlessly, Princess. When you first appeared here in the palace, I did not recognize you immediately, but I felt a touch of magic in you and investigated. Your curiosity is what prompted me to investigate you further. When I tried hard enough, I found that I could see through the glamour that had been cast on you. So Sir Mithras truly was the witch Parfait was referring to when she mentioned someone seeing through the glamour. Imagine my surprise when I found out that it was actually you. That fairy bear has been nothing but a nuisance to us witches. First she betrayed your mother, and then she betrayed you before she even met you. But mother, she was a terrible bearer, corrupted by darkness. Parfait only did what she had to. Sir Mithras looks at me, clearly surprised. Both lies of those people have been whispering in your ear. Everything the Queen did, she did for us witches, to protect us from the wicked humans who destroyed our kind. It's clear to me when Sir Mithras the lion lie. Sir Mithras sighs, runs a hand through his hair, and continues speaking. On your 18th birthday, you will follow her footsteps. You will make this kingdom a place for all witches to prosper. I'm nothing like her. I refuse to make people suffer to fuel the crystal. I never bore witness to the suffering that people had to go through during my mother's reign. The stories are enough to reveal the true nature of me. It was hard to believe at first, but those people do not have any reason to lie to a servant like myself. They had nothing to gain from it. I finally understand why the hatred people have for me ran so deep, even when I did nothing to them. It was because I was a witch's daughter. Your mother wouldn't be happy to hear you say that. Let me assure you this is not a destiny you can run from, dear princess. I'll not let destiny take control of my life. I feigned tiredness by releasing a loud yawn. I'm sorry for cutting you short, Sir Mithras, but please excuse me. I'm getting tired. I'm about to walk past Sir Mithras when he starts to speak again, his voice a little whisper. I know so you've gotten close to the family you so despised before, Prince included. I narrow my eyes at him. You care about him, don't you? I must confess this surprises me, Princess. Such a relationship would certainly be a scandal. If you two are not blood related, he's still your son. That's what I'm saying! Stop! Stop! Whatever will your dear father say about this? I clenched my fists. He has no right to lecture me. I already know that these feelings are wrong. I know I cannot have them. I assure you that there is nothing between the both of us. Oh, is that so? Are those lies you utter just to convince yourself? This man is beginning to try my patience. Allow me to share a little secret with you, Princess. I'm not interested. I head for the door and reach for the knob. Oh, but I think it is something you would be most curious about. I do, after all, know the consequences of the prince failing to break his curse. I also happen to know that someone special to him is getting married tomorrow. My hand freezes. How do you know about all this? I know all of the happenings around this place. That is my job, Princess. Now tell me, do you know the ending to the fairy tale of the Little Mermaid? My blood runs cold whenever what Imagine told me about that fairy tale. If the prince fell in love and married someone else, the Little Mermaid's heart would break and she would dissolve in the sea foam. I conducted my own investigation and actually met the witch who bestowed the curse on the prince. In meeting her, I found out everything there is to know about it. I turned to regard Mithras with a frown. It seems I've finally gotten your attention. What do you plan on doing to Rod? Sir Mithras shrugs. To him, nothing really. I was really curious. saw in him. What do you know about his curse? It says it stays true to the fairy tale. Only in this case, the prince gives up his voice for a title. Still, it ended the same way. The girl will fall in love with someone else despite his sacrifice. You mean, on his beloved's wedding day, the prince will die? I thought you might have reached the same conclusion. Tragic, don't you think? I had the same thought, but is Rod truly going to die? The reason Rod gave up breaking his curse was because he knew that Victoria would never love him back. He knew that he was going to die the month Victoria married. Dread begins to wash over me. Why not ask him yourself? As he walks straight by magic, the double doors open and Rod steps aside and he sees the expression relaxes. I've been looking all over for you. I want to speak with you about my discussion with Lady Parfait. I turn around to face her. Mithras was together, but to my surprise, he's already gone. When did Sir Mithras leave? Blue, is something wrong? Was Sir Mithras really speaking the truth? I'm going to ask. Is it true that you'll die when Victoria marries Desmond? I see you're still stuck on the same theory. Have you been snooping around again? Please answer my question, Rod. And if I am? Why do you not want anyone to help you fix this? I don't need to tell you everything. His voice is not soft, the expression tighter. I'm aware of another way to break my curse from the beginning, but I'd rather die than do what it is I need to do. Do what? Have you not read? Rod's voice tries off and he sees my confused expression. Clears his throat. Forget it. There's nothing more you can do. The reason I haven't told anyone the truth of my curse is because I never wanted anyone to blame themselves for not being able to help me. I was already a lost cause, and what if Victoria really fell in love with someone else? I can never take that happiness away from her. Rob becomes silent, his gaze downcast. The wonderful expression catches me by surprise. You should have told me about your curse a long time ago. How many times must I repeat myself? Telling you about my curse won't change the outcome. I could have tried to help you. Why are you so insistent on helping me? Because I care about you. My face warms up when the words escape from my lips. Rod also flushes. What are you saying? That I'm worried about you on Madeline's behalf, of course. I don't want her to think I let you die. Rod lets out a deep sigh. Just stop talking. You're in no position to tell me what to do. Blue. There's a hint of warning in his voice. Now you better let me help you, or... Oh. No, I'm uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. My words cut off when Rob breathes mine. It's only a brief kiss when he pulls away his usual softness in return. I told you to stop talking. Back at him, baffled. Oh, you do realize you just kissed the princess? Rod looks unsettling at me, his face colors once more. He takes a step back, his lips pressed together. I'm sorry. Without any other warning, Rod turns abruptly and stalks out of the room. Something falls from the shelter and falls to the ground, but Rod does not notice in his hurry to leave. I stare after him in shock. I can't believe he just ran away. I walk to where Subby is and kneel down to pick him up. Are you alright? I'm fine, thank you, princess. Subby tilts his head to the side. Not Rod. I wonder when he will start acting like a man. So only kiss a guy like that is so unromantic. What the fuck? Oh. Not again. I think I'll have to warn for Rod's lip press his mind and flush again. Fine. Rod may not say much, but he has a lot going on in his head. Perhaps he doesn't ever want anyone to know. I don't want to speak on his behalf, but I know he does care about you, princess. He's just a little standoffish, having a difficult time showing his emotions. He's sensitive like that. Take it from me, I'm always in his head. I care about him too, but what will become my feelings once I break my curse? I'll return to be a stepsister when this is all over. This is not time to mull over such thoughts. I'm sorry, Francis. Can you turn me to Rod? That boy's useless without me. Exasperation in Subby's voice makes me smile. Subby acts like Rod's older sibling. Of course. When Rod does not open the door, I knock again. Rod Rod's eyes widen as soon as he sees me. His face flushes dark crimson. I'm here to return Sebby. Rod nods before slowly taking Sebby from my hands. Thank you. Be careful not to drop me again next time. There's a hint of a smile on Rod's face. He taps Sebby's face. Sorry. He looks so much more at ease when he smiles. Rod faces me again with a apologetic expression. I'm really sorry for what I did earlier. Ah! Ah! It was my fault for talking too much. Now you should stop insisting on helping me. I refuse. Rod sighs. You really are stubborn. That makes both of us. The hovering silence becomes more pronounced and we both stop talking. He said you want to talk to me about something you discussed with Lady Parfait. Yes. I'm going to tell you that Cinderella will be here tomorrow to investigate. Now that we know Sir Alcaster has left the witch, we have to start investigations over. Actually, about that, I know who the witch is. You do? It's Sir Mithros. He is the real witch. Sir Mithros, when Sir Alcaster was throwing around accusations last night, they were true. Sir Mithros is also already aware that Dolores has been investigating the palace. We need to warn her. Then I will send Lady Parfait a quick message. We need to keep up our guard around him too, especially you. I'm sure he already knows that you're the crown princess. I nod in response. For now, we should wait for Dolores to show up tomorrow. But it's getting late. You should go and get some rest. The moment he says the words, I realize he was correct. My eyelids are heavy. You're right. I think I should take my leave. Good night, Blue. Good night, Rock. Moments after Rock closes the door, I hear a familiar voice whispering in my ear. I see. Jump back in surprise and stare at him with wide eyes. Sir Mithras leaning casually against one of the pedestals. So that's where the prince disappears to every now and then. I had no reason to care before, but now I see it. My guess is correct. He's also in league with the Lucius bear. I do not answer. Sir Mithras smiles and shrugs. Well, it does not matter. The guards around us now spring shield from earlier. Once again, no one hear this conversation. Let the prince confirm your doubts. Well, your next course of action be want to help him break his curse, yes? I may have given up on breaking his curse, but I refuse to do nothing. The way Sir Mithras is haunting me, must know some other way to break the curse. I will not be happy about this, but I need to use whatever means necessary to save him. Do you know how to break his curse, Sir Mithras? Ah, I will assume that you have not read the full fairy tale we do not know. Yes, princess, I know. Tell me. Sir Mithras cocks an eyebrow and waves a finger at me. Do you not realize by how witches work, princess? I propose a deal. Do you not realize by now how witches work, princess? Ugh. I propose a deal. I will help you, but you must help me with something in return. Help you, if you're planning on betraying the king. I have no plans to take the crown, or harming any members of the royal family. But, then what is it that you will want from me? I prefer keeping you in suspense. I do enjoy surprises. You'll find out the day after tomorrow. That is your 18th birthday. I look at him perplexed. Why does it have to be on my birthday? Don't worry, Your Highness. My request for you will also make for a pleasant gift. What do you say? I bite my lower lip as I consider. I'm worried about Sir Mithras' request, but I no longer have time. Victoria's marriage is tomorrow, and Sir Mithras has the upper hand. I understand. Good. Now remember, dear Blue, witches are bound to their oaths. In order for the prince to regain his voice in life, something must be taken by force, just like in the fairy tale. What does he mean by that? Tell me what I must do. Oh, I did forget to mention this, but it's not you who must act, the prince. But if Rod could help himself, he already would have done so. Please trust me, princess. You have my aid. I'll make sure the prince's curse is broken. We've made the worst deal in the history of deals that could have been made here just now. We just made the worst deal in the history of deals we could have just made. We did the worst deal in the history of deals there. That's crazy. That's wild. Why would you even sit there and accept it? I get. That was the worst decision we could have ever made. I'm saying it right here, right now. That was the worst decision we could have ever made. Today is Victoria's wedding day, and also the day Rod is destined to die. Sir Mithras explained his plan briefly last night. He told me he would have valuable items delivered to Rod that he would need to use to break his curse. He further explained that it was something he would need to use after the wedding. I tried to question him further, but he disappeared before I could, saying that he needed to start his preparations. I do not completely trust him, but I'm running out of time and have no choice right now. The royal family has left the palace to attend Victoria's wedding. It is unusual for the king to attend another noble's wedding. Victoria is the exception, given that she is one of Rod and Imageline's best friends. Despite Sir Mithras' reassurance, I am still restless. Sir Mithras told me that everything would be alright, that Rod would not instantly die the moment Victoria got married. Why must his involvement be reserved for a time after the wedding? Why does he not act now? Someone looks like they're in a bad mood.
Kofi Streambot said, visit blue_seers KO5 page at https://ko-fi.com/blueser?ref=Twitch.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thanks. Thanks, Mark. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dora suddenly stands before me, smirking. Her appearance shocks me so badly I nearly dropped the dishes in my hand. What impeccable timing. We've heard from the prince about Mithras. No wonder I was iffy about the man. I should have realized he was a witch. Do you know him? Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. Julia walks closer and places both her hands on my shoulders. Listen to me, princess. I am warning you. Stay away from Mithras. Do you understand? That man is a sly devil. He cannot be trusted. I take a deep breath to still my rapidly beating heart. I hope I will not regret asking for his help. Princess, I need you to promise me that you stay away from Mithras. Yes, of course. Good. For the time being, I'll resume my investigation. If I'm lucky, I'll find out what Mithras hopes to accomplish. Actually, he's not in the palace right now. He went with the royal family to attend a wedding. A wedding, huh? How unusual. I can only assume he must be here. I can only assume he must be there at the wedding to help Rob. Well, then better make use of his absence while I can. I'll see you later, princess. When I'm left to my own thoughts, my mind returns to the issue of Rod's curse. Sir Mithras mentions a similarity with the fairy tale, which means that I may have a chance of finding out more. I decide to go to the library when I have time to pick up the book. And now on my way back to my quarters with the book in hand, when I see Rod running towards me from the other side. His eyes are fixed on the floor, so he does not notice me as I approach. Rod? He's still alive. Does that mean Sir Mithras has succeeded? Oh, it's just you. Rod's voice still comes from inside me. The realization instills a deep fear inside of me. He's still cursed. How much time does he have left? Much to my surprise, Rod actually smiles at me. He smiles forced, however, does not reach his eyes. He looks crestfallen. I want to ask how the wedding was. But I'm really more concerned. Are you alright? I'm fine. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I'm tired, so tired I just want to rest. Without waiting for my answer, Rob begins to walk away. A strange heaviness hangs in my chest. I feel like it's the last time I will see him. I glance down the book in my hands and slowly hold up to the last page of the Little Mermaid fairy tale. I start reading to the section where the mermaid sister explains how to get her fins back. Take this knife. Before the sunrise, you must plunge into the heart of the prince. You being a mermaid once again. The book falls from my hands and collapses to the floor. I stare at it dumbfounded. Wait, this means Rod needs to kill Victoria? The line that Sir Mithras mentioned earlier. Could it be the knife? I need to find him. I turn and start running in the direction of Rod's room in hopes that I will be able to catch Sir Mithras there. When I come to the end of the hallway, however, it is not Mithras who stands by Rod's door. Imageline! Imageline is slowly walking in the direction of the throne room. Her movements seem oddly mechanical. I rush towards her. Princess Imageline, where are you going? Must go to Rod. Why is she going to the throne room? Rod is back in his room. My eyes catch on something shining in Evangeline's hand. My heart nearly stops when I see that it is a knife. Imagining, what are you? Because his beloved with this blade. His curse will break and he won't die. As if she's in a trance. Is this Sir Mithras doing? Is she under one of his spells? Imagining, snap out of it. Imagining starts walking in, ignoring me. When I try to approach her again, thinking to steal away the knife, a shadow suddenly comes to stand between us. Varg looms in front of me, smirking. Where did you come from? Let me through, Varg. No, No can do, princess? Don't you want to save the prince? I look at Magdalene, who has not even turned to glance at us. Luckily, our Varg, who is still standing in my way, grinning. Step aside, Varg. Feisty, you're a far more interesting princess than your stepsister. I try to sidestep, but Varg follows my motions. I try again, but he just thwarts my progress. He holds his hands in the air, eyebrows raised. Tell me, what would you do if I let you go? Would you stop him from killing the girl? Bob would never kill her. He would never do anything to harm the person he loves. He refuses to do it, and he has no reason to do it now. Varg is silent for a few moments as he considers. Interesting. He steps aside and bows. Go ahead then. You are letting me go. I'd like to see this play end as it may, without any strings attached. Alright, we're already at chapter 10. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, this is getting way too long. This is like nearly 3 hours. Come on. When I push open the door, I find Rod kneeling down. Magdalene lies on the floor in front of him, unconscious. Magdalene! She is fine. She's just asleep. Something glints in Rod's hands. Even from the distance, know that it's the same knife Magdalene was holding earlier. Out of the corner of my eye, I see someone slouch against one of the pillars. Victoria! Brush her aside, then sigh relief from the stage and the rise and fall of her chest. She's still alive. How? How did she get here? It was Sir Mithra's plan. I remember walking back to my room after talking with you. Blacked out when I came to. I was already in here with Victoria. I'd already checked on her. She seems to be under some kind of sleeping spell. Em just came in a few moments ago, passed me a knife, and then someone claps after begging me to kill Victoria. I think Emma's under a spell as well. Rod glanced down the knife in his hands, expression glassy. Emma almost convinced me. She pleaded that I not leave any of them behind. It's not if I want to die and leave my family, but... He stares at the knife for a few moments, and curses he slams his fist on the ground. I can't kill her. Why would Sir Mithras want me to do this? Guilt floods my chest, making it difficult to breathe. I was the one who asked Sir Mithras to help Rod. He said he knew how to break his curse, but I did not realize that in order to break his curse, he needed to kill the person he loved. I relied entirely on the story Magdalene told me, and that was my biggest mistake. I should have read the full fairy tale. I could never kill her. Such a shame. Sir Mithras emerges from the shadows, looking at us with disappointment. To break his curse, Prince Rod must kill his beloved with the knife his sisters brought him, just like in the fairy tale. Mithras turns to Rod. And here I thought your sister might be able to change your mind. You were, after all, supposed to do this of your own accord. I was wrong. I shouldn't have asked my message. Your stubbornness, casting a spell, and you would have solved this problem entirely. Why are you doing this? Well, Sir Mithras shifts his gaze to me. Your Rod follows his gaze to me and raises his eyebrows. There's no use in lying to him now. I asked Sir Mithras to help me break your curse. You what? I didn't know that you were meant to kill Victoria. Rod shakes his head, his face marred with disappointment. Anyone who tried to help me will inevitably make things harder for me. I wanted to help you, Rod. I've already made up my mind. If you really want to help me, then please respect my decision. Please. Shame. And here I thought I'd be witnessing a dramatic finale tonight. Sir Mithras starts to walk away, about to chase after him. Then I realize there's nothing else he can do. Rod has made his decision. I feel my heart plummet as slowly nod at him. So, there's really no other way. I could never break my curse like this. Victoria was my first love, and my good friend. And besides that, my love for her faded a long time ago. She's been replaced. No, I don't like this. This is awful. Oh, no. Oh. Ooh, God. You've been my beloved for quite some time already. It doesn't matter, does it? I will die soon. Why? I feel a heavy weight on my chest as some force crushing my heart. I'm sorry. I promised myself I would save your life, but I failed. I blink back the tears that are brimming in my eyes. Rod stands and moves over to stand before me, places a hand on my cheek. You've done nothing wrong, Blues. Please don't blame yourself. What did I expect to happen? Even if Rod killed Victoria today, he would carry that burden for the rest of his life. And all because I asked him what should we do to something he did not want to do in the first place. Rod reaches for something and places them in my hands. Once the clock strikes 12, I want to disappear. It's really a shame that I'll be disappearing on your birthday. nice to celebrate this one with you. Ah. 1 second. 1 second. Sorry, I had to do a couple more things to the bed, but it's done. It's all done. No more interruptions. No more interruptions. Promise to take care of my family. Also, another way. Cannot go just yet. Sorry. I can't bring myself to consider what is happening. Panic calls my sister Sarah because we're returning sister. I feel like I could be with you and everyone else just for a little longer. Despite the fact those words way better. Rob looks at me, his smile is bright and warm. I wish the flares just tear down through some layers. Like you. We have more time together. I think I'm going to truly love you. Next is his body's soft waves of light. The light gathers in the air, then begins to fade. I'm so sorry. That was the bad. That was the bad end. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Does it mean that the good end he ends up actually stabbing her or something? That's crazy. Hey, we're gonna obviously have to play Rosrod over again and get the good end because I have a feeling if we get all of them, I have a feeling if we get all the good routes with the little portrait thingy or whatever, it will give us the actual true ending of the game, and I hate that. Anyway, if you enjoyed the stream, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Sorry about all the interruptions. It was just a busier night than I thought it was going to be. If you like my stuff,